So the Phoenix Suns have defeated the Dallas Mavericks tonight 121 to 114, taking a 1-0 lead against the Mavericks. Great team effort. DeAndre Ayton being the biggest player for the Phoenix Suns, as he has taken a huge advantage over the Dallas Mavericks undersized centers. And looking at it right now, he's going to be definitely the X factor for this team in the playoffs. And we're going to go over this series, talking about the Suns, the Mavericks, going over the box score of this game, and talking about my thoughts on the series, because in my opinion, I think the Dallas Mavericks take at least 1 to 2 games in this series. Not like they're going to take at least 3. I would be surprised if they force a game 7, but nonetheless, I think the Suns take it basically in 6 games. So what's up? My name is JDC. If you like the video, drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. Let's get into the video. So we'll start off with Devin Booker. 23 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists on 7 of 20 from the field and 1 of 5 from 3. Booker, he's flashing his potential. I mean, I think as of right now, he should be the #1 shooting guard in the league. Looking at it right now, Donovan Mitchell, you can argue that Mitchell is better than Devin Booker right now, but, you know, Mitchell lost to Luka Doncic in the first round. And I don't know, Mitchell and Devin Booker, it's definitely interchangeable, but I think Devin Booker is definitely the better player in my opinion. So Booker, as long as he's able to keep up this high level of scoring, and I think the Phoenix Suns offense should be pretty much fine. Looking at CP3, 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Pretty quiet night, 7 of 13 from the field and 2 of 5 from 3. He was hitting a lot of pretty contested threes and a lot of contested shots. I mean, I think there was one play where he was going in for the drive, thought he got fouled, and then made it. It was a circus shot. It was a great shot overall. And CP3, he's going to have these nights, but he still played fairly well. 19 points and 5 rebounds with 3 assists. I would like to see the 3 assists go up a little bit more, because he is going to be the primary facilitator on this team. So, you know, we'll take it with a grain of salt. CP3, he's still pretty great, but definitely getting up there in age. So, great game from CP3. DeAndre Ayton had probably the best game out of any Suns player today. 25 points and 8 rebounds on 12 of 20 from the field. Took huge advantage with Maxi Kleber and Dwight Powell both being pretty subpar at the center position. They're not really known to be defensive-minded centers, and DeAndre Ayton knew that going into this game and took full advantage. And looking at it right now, I think he's going to be the biggest X factor for this team in the playoffs, and especially in this series. If they do beat the Dallas Mavericks, and I think it's going to be courtesy of DeAndre Ayton because of his big body, but also his ability to post up in the post and grab rebounds. So over, you know, Maxi Kleber and Dwight Powell, I think he's going to be a huge factor for this team. So Mikal Bridges, 13 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. I think every team needs a guy like Mikal Bridges, you know, giving them some good defense, but also some good 3-point shooting. 1 4 9 from the field and 1 of 3 from 3. Kind of like Herb Jones in a sense, but, you know, you can kind of compare Herb Jones to Mikal Bridges because they're basically the same player, but, you know, Herb Jones is a little bit younger, I want to say. So I don't know. The Suns, they definitely needed a guy like Mikal Bridges on the team, you know, to hold it down on defense, but also, you know, guard the best player on the other team. I mean, we saw it tonight with Luka Doncic. Mikal Bridges kind of sagged off his own defender to help the defender guarding Luka, and I wouldn't say it really worked out too much because, you know, Luka dropped to 45 today, but he did a fairly great job whenever he was on Luka, you know, in the game today. So great game from Mikal Bridges. Jay Crowder, 11 points, 8 rebounds and 3 assists, 4 6 from the field and 3 5 from 3. Also another guy, you know, giving them some good 3-point shooting in the starting lineup, but also playing his role pretty well. So looking at the bench, the only, you know, real contributor to this game was Cam Johnson with 17 points and 5 rebounds. 6 of 10 from the field and 3 6 from 3. You know, Cam Johnson, he's going to be that guy off the bench. And as long as one of them are scoring in double figures off the bench, I'm pretty much fine with it. Cam Payne had 9 points and 5 assists. You know, pretty underrated point guard in my opinion off the bench. But I don't know, the Suns, they're definitely an interesting team. I think the one thing that's holding them back is obviously their bench. I don't think their bench is strong enough to really condone them to be a championship contending team. Now, looking at it right now, Cam Payne really enough to be someone that's going to contribute in the finals? Same thing with Cam Johnson, maybe. But I would like to see some more scoring off the bench and a little bit more defense. So hopefully they can at least get some guys in the offseason to at least score off the bench. I think they should play Bismack Biyombo a little bit more. He definitely showed out in the regular season with the Phoenix Suns. So hopefully he can get some run, you know, at least sometime soon. And, you know, looking at the Mavericks side of things, man, I don't know. It was a tough game from the Mavericks. I mean, Luka Doncic played probably the best game of his life in the playoffs, especially. He had 45 points and 12 rebounds with 8 assists. He had 15 of 30 from the field and 4 of 11 from 3. Luka was the primary offense for the Dallas Mavericks today, and I wouldn't say it paid off. I mean, they lost by what, 6 points? I want to say 6 or 7 points. I don't know. The role players on this team definitely need to step up, especially earlier in the game, because I want to say at half, it was like Luka and Maxi Kleber only being the two guys in double figures. And then Jalen Brunson and Dorian Finney-Smith came in a little bit later for scoring, but I would like to see them more involved in the offense a little bit earlier to get, you know, the offense running. But also give Luka some rest because there was a lot of pressure on him running the offense today. And it's always like this in any series with, you know, the Dallas Mavericks. They're always relying on Luka in the crunch. And for the most part, it kind of did work. But at the same time, the role players need to be ready to step up when Luka isn't on the floor. And Jalen Brunson definitely failed to do that. Same thing with Smith, Reggie Bullock, and Dwight Powell. Jalen Brunson with 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists on 6 of 16 from the field and 0-1 from 3. Who's getting locked up by Devin Booker today? You know, you're going to have one of these nights, and he's, what, like 6'1", 190 pounds. So his assignment's going to be a little bit difficult, but nonetheless, I mean, Jalen Brunson, he's been playing very well in the postseason, so I'll cut him some slack. But he's going to need to step up in the next game if they want to win and get the offense running pretty much sooner, at least in the second quarter. So Dorian Finney-Smith, 15 points and 6 rebounds on 5 of 10 from the field and 2 of 6 from 3. He's going to be a very important piece to this Mavs team in this series, especially to guard Devin Booker. I think he's going to be the main guy guarding Devin Booker. I have no doubt. I mean, Luka, he can guard Chris Paul essentially. I don't know. The matchups are definitely weird. I think today Luka was on, I want to say Mikal Bridges or Devin Booker, and then Jalen Brunson was on CP3 today, and then Dorian Finney-Smith was kind of just out there guarding Mikal Bridges and, you know, did an okay job. But I think Jason Kidd should definitely make the adjustment of putting him on Devin Booker to, you know, limit the scoring, obviously. So Dorian, he's going to be a huge piece in this series, and with his defense especially, it's going to be pretty important that Jason Kidd makes the adjustment to guard Devin Booker. So off the bench, Maxi Kleber off the bench, the only real hero for this Mavericks team, 19 points and 1 rebound, 25 minutes on 6 of 9 from the field and 5 of 8 from 3. He was lighting it up from 3, but wasn't enough to win the game. I will cut him some slack too. He actually has been playing pretty well in the postseason, but, you know, I would like to see some more scoring other than Maxi Kleber off the bench. Bertans and Spencer Dinwiddie did an okay job. Ntilikina actually got minutes today, but didn't do anything. And Josh Green was kind of just out there running around. So the Mavericks are definitely an interesting team. I think they really do need a true center like a Rudy Gobert. Rumors, obviously, of Rudy Gobert kind of having some beef with Donovan Mitchell recently, but I think they should really pursue a guy like Rudy Gobert in the offseason, kind of just give him that rim protection, kind of give them that guy that can play alongside Luka, essentially, a 7-footer that can hold it down in the interior. And I think they would be pretty much set. And I don't know, get maybe like another point guard off the bench that can help Spencer Dinwiddie kind of just play off each other. And then, you know, have Maxi Kleber playing in there. Ntilikina, I'm not too sure if he's going to be the point guard moving forward off the bench. He hasn't been playing too well. But overall, it's a great win from the Suns. You know, CP3 and Devin Booker doing their thing. DeAndre Ayton playing pretty well. And the role players playing to their full extent like they're usually doing in basically any game. The Mavericks, hopefully they're going to look to win next game against the Phoenix Suns. Hopefully they can at least try to make an adjustment against CP3 and Devin Booker. And go Suns. That's the video. I'm JDT. I'm out. Peace.